Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Sunday service. I'd like to welcome everyone who is in the sanctuary and those online, and special welcome to our first time comers, the persons who are here for the first time, whether you are online or in person. Our ushers will acknowledge you by providing you with a package which includes our Science of Mind magazine, which will tell you a lot about what we are about in terms of our faith and what our practice is. So welcome again. But before we go any further, I'm going to ask you to just be still wherever you are. If you're listening online, wherever you are, just reflect. If you're driving, if you're at home, just reflect and be still. And in the stillness, we will say our affirmative opening prayer. And we're knowing that God is in this one source of all that there is of life. This one source of life and prosperity unfolds, radiates through each and every one of us. We are one with this one source. And we're knowing as we go through today's service that each and every one of us here in the sanctuary, online, wherever you are in divine mind, that each and every one of you take away a spiritual rebirth, growth, renewal from this service today. We're knowing that it unfolds in each and every one of you, your lives, and everyone whom you can come in contact with. So we're knowing that the divine continues to operate in and through us. And now we release this to Love Mind for Action, knowing that this is so, and so it is. Wow, isn't it a beautiful day? I didn't hear you. Wow. Isn't it? And so we have an awesome day service for you. And so we're now going to say our prosperity affirmation. And I want you to feel the energy, and if you want to shout out loud, speak as loud as possible. I want to feel that energy. And so I'm going to invite you to stand at this time for this affirmation.
I just want to say it's a new affirmation in our quest for excellence. You got to shake things up sometime, you all. So understand the intent behind it.
So God is lavish, unfailing, abundant prosperity. The source of all good is infinite, inexhaustible. I unify with and place my faith in the one true source. My life is already blessed, yet I am being offered so much more. Infinite potential, unconditional love, and unlimited spiritual growth are just a few of Spirit's gifts. I am open to receiving them all with gratitude and joy. The God power made me in its image and likeness out of itself, and it wants only to support me. Its plan is to lift me into higher expression. Deep in my heart, I know I deserve all the good things in life, and my acceptance of the support of the universe is all that is necessary for it to continue to work in my life. I deserve true abundance and unconditional love. I deserve vibrant health and good feelings. I deserve happiness, peace, and joy. I deserve prosperity, freedom, and ease in my financial affairs. I deserve to have my dreams come true. My heart is filled with gratitude for all I have been given and for all that is yet to come. I release my word to the law of divine mind that always says, yes, and so it is. Wow. And you may be seated. And so at this time, we will go into a moment of silence. And so I invite you to sit still, take a deep breath as we go into the silence. And we take a deep breath as we come from the silence. At this time, we're going to invite our youth up for their blessing. And we have our Sunday school teachers and youth this morning. Yes. Please come up.
Hi, morning. There you go. Lovingly, no, wrong one. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Michelle.
So, Sebastian lit this candle on behalf of all the youth. Sebastian lit this candle on behalf of all the youth of the world. Let us behold the light in them. And so it is.
And so it is. At this time, we'll say the blessing of our youth. We love you. We appreciate you. We salute the Christ in you. And we see you as a shining light unto your world. God bless you now. And so it is. Mission song at this time. So let's stand. Probably let's stand for this song. I'm going to invite you to stand again. The temple of life, the temple of life, the temple of light. We are a people with a vision.
congratulations. She was supposed to come to church. Rael, a little one of ours, she's gone to St. Andrew High. And she passed her exams. Yes. And congratulations to Jordan Nar, who is now Dr. Jordan Nar. And I should, it's perfect, imperfect. But it's okay. All right.
So as you can see that our youth, they're blossoming in their own way and right. And this is so wonderful. At this time, we have some important reminders. Again, just to welcome anyone who may have joined us online and in the sanctuary as we started this service. We have a wisdom circle, and this is in the morning. I would like you to join our dear Angela Elliott, and together we would explore the book, Consciousness is Where I Am. Oh, sorry, Consciousness is What I Am. My apologies. And of course, as usual, we have our Tuesday practitioners spiritual mind healing service. And this Tuesday, you're going to join our dear Carol Charlton, our practitioner, for the topic, Always Moving Forward. So look out for the link on YouTube. In fact, even if you don't get the link, there's another way you can do that. Just Google YouTube, Temple of Light, and please subscribe so you get all the alerts and reminders as to what we are about and any activities that we may be doing on YouTube. Then, of course, we have our Legal Light Saturdays. Got any questions? We have got the answers. So join our in-house attorney on Saturdays between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. Free to all, so you can invite persons extended beyond the Temple of Light community. And it's offered by the Temple of Light Spiritual Center for Spiritual Living, and it's part of our community outreach project. So please share, spread the word, let everyone know. And then we would like to really highlight that this is truly an important aspect, especially in light of the recent hurricanes. Persons may have some questions also around insurance and other legal matters. At this time, though, it is my pleasure to invite Jennifer Livingston, who will share some updated information and thanks. Over to you, Jennifer. Yes, we have some exciting news. Yes,
Good morning, everyone. And I just want to say a very special thank you to all of you who supported our inaugural Family Fun Day last week, Saturday, at Frenchman's Cove. Give yourselves a round of applause. It was an excellent day. We all had fun. And so I just want to especially thank you for supporting this event and look forward to your support. I mean, I got support from persons who didn't even attend, but they contributed in one way or the other. So thank you, thank you, thank you on behalf of the Temple of Light. Thank you. We're thanking ourselves.
Thank you. Jennifer, I just want to say thank you to the organizing team. We need to acknowledge the organizing team. They did an awesome, awesome job. I mean, when you have a 14-year-old teenager who comes home and says, oh, you know, I asked her, how was it? She says, it was okay. I said, and then she says, oh, it was great. So, yes, you passed that, teenage,
when I passed the
teenage test,
yes,
that you have done
we did
extremely well.
Awesome.
So clap everybody who was part of that process and organizing,
yes, and
also delivering the service.
Yes, and thank the teens for turning up because they were who made it fun. I see two in the audience this morning. Thank you.
Okay, at this time, I would also like to, before we talk about our donation and tithes and offerings, I guess under this topic, I'm also going to invite Ms. Sandra Cooper up, practitioner, to talk to us a little bit more about some additional activities we're engaging in.
Okay.
Over to you.
Good, thank you, Tamu. Good morning, everyone. Most of us, I think, sort of navigated through Miss Beryl unscathed. We had our light, we had our water, we seem to have been fine. But a lot of other folks didn't fare so well. And we've been talking about how do we help as a community, as a church community. And the RJR Gleaner Communication Group has an amazing drive. Some of us might be a little concerned about who to give the money to. Will the money go? Will the goods get there? So we know that our wonderful RJR Gleaner Communication Group will handle this effort with highest integrity. So what we're asking you to do is whatever you have, tin stuff, unperishables, I know that they will be, of course, wanting to have money to buy building materials for their homes and so on. And so bring whatever you have here to the temple, and we'll arrange it to get down to RJR's at Lyndhurst Road. And we will let you know via email how to make cash and money donations. But we really, really would like to help, and it is certainly one blessed way we can do it as a community together. So I know that many of you want to help, and this came from a member who called and said, what is the temple doing to help those folks in Clarendon and St. Elizabeth who have been really, really seriously affected by Miss Beryl? So, as you're able to help, we would appreciate. So just bring whatever you have here, and we'll arrange to get it to RJR, who will take it down in there as part of their own effort. Okay, thank you all very much.
Thank you. And I continue to encourage you to share with our fellow Jamaicans as they go through this difficult time. So, going to our donation, tithes, and offerings, if you wish to support our ministry financially, kindly visit our donate page at Donate Temple of Light CSL or .org, which has our banking details. So thank you, as together we support a world that works for whom? Everyone. And so, prayer support, of course, continues to be available from our dear Reverend Michelle. And so you can send your request to prayer.templeoflightcsl.org. We also have practitioner Jennifer Livingston. She's available to pray with you immediately following our Sunday service. So you can call 876-289-0907. And this is a call for those who are in the sanctuary, or if you're even online, please do reach out if you need this assistance. And of course, finally, just to say, one of our new services is grief support and counseling, and that is available by calling 876-927-6145. So if you know anyone who needs this, if you need this yourself, please reach out, and I encourage you to take advantage of this service. So at this time, I'm going to invite you to stand again. We will now sing our first hymn, a melody, words and music by our own dear Steve Golding, Science of Mind practitioner. For those who are unable. So we're going to have Steve, Steve take us through.
It's a new tune. I hear it already, but I don't know it. Kareem promised saying we'll learn it, but he had another function yesterday, so he didn't come to rehearsal. Fingers crossed in my mind so I can always lie in church. All right, ready? All right, so we're going to just run it through one time, but make sure I said next time we're going to do it when I know it. All right? Run the track, as them say. Oh, Reverend Michelle will love it too, so she will lead us as well. Look at the words, look at the words. You might catch a thing.
And bubble up.
A melody in my heart.
So I just want to remind persons, I know it's very hot, and so we do have water in the kitchen. I'm going to invite persons, even if you're here and you feel you need to get some water, please feel free to step out, just drink your water and come back. We want to make sure that we don't, everybody's well hydrated and here for this service. So at this time, just a reminder, our theme for this month is Practice Makes Imperfect. And our theme for today is Imperfect Practices. So at this time, without any further ado, we will invite our dynamic Reverend Michelle Senegal up to give the message. Isn't she looking spectacular today, all in red? No, you can't. No, you have to do a little better than that. Yes, Louise Bennett just would not be happy. Thank you.
It's your fault. Because Reverend John said that he put in his prayer for a new minister a fashionista. I mean, it's your fault. Oh, so I had a lot of fun, you all, in preparing for this talk because, as Steve knows, I socialize my ideas around these talks weeks in advance. So sometimes you've already heard part of it, but I'm going to string it all together and it'll sound like it's all new. And so I've actually made a little twist to the topic. It's titled Imperfect Practices, but because I've just been thinking about excellence and perfection for the last couple of weeks, I'm going to enhance this talk and also speak about excellence versus perfectionism. So as we continue our journey through a grand rising this month, we bring our focus to our beliefs about perfection. So in this thought-provoking topic, we embark on a journey to explore the art of embracing imperfect practices, embracing our humanity, embracing forgiveness, and also embracing grace. Instead of viewing practice as a fixed and repetitive routine, what if we shifted our thinking to see this as a dynamic process of unfoldment? Would that take a little bit of the pressure off? This is about stepping outside of what it is that we know so well. When we try things that are new, we're gonna make mistakes. But just accept that that is a part of the process. Embrace it and keep it moving. Some of us automatically default back to what we already know because it's effortless. But then guess what? We don't grow. We don't expand. So we're encouraging you to know that as you are growing and as you are stepping into your newness, there are going to be opportunities for you to fail, to make mistakes, to mess up. But in life, what I have learned, and this may be true for you as well, it is in my seeming failures where I have learned the most and I have grown the most. So I have come to that place where I know that imperfection is just a part of the process. Now, another thing that I want to make very, very clear, I had a conversation with an attendee last week, and she said, Reverend Michelle, make sure people don't think that we are talking about lowering our standards. So I promised her that I would address this. We are not suggesting, I am not suggesting that we ever lower our standards. Our standards should be excellence. Our aim should always be excellence. And so that's what I'm going to be emphasizing today, striving towards excellence. And that is not synonymous with perfection. And so if I'm successful in building the case, then you all will embrace your imperfections going forward. So what is excellence? Excellence is about our greatness. It's about doing our best, being our best, and bringing the best version of ourselves to every situation. And what I know, it's not always 100%, because I always don't feel 100%. But if I do the best based on where I am, that's the absolute best that I can do. And that is all we ever have to do, you all. The dictionary definition states that excellence is a quality of excelling. To excel involves performing exceptionally well, or to surpass the goals that have been established, to exceed expectations, or the performance of others in a particular activity. It involves demonstrating superior ability, skill, and proficiency. So when someone excels, they stand out from the rest. Is that not true? So I encourage you to strive for excellence, because that means that you have a high regard for what it is that you're doing. You care about what it is that you're doing. You're putting forth your best effort. Now, I have received some feedback from time to time about my standards being too high. But if folks know me, they know that my standard is excellence. And so what that means is that there may be some flaws along the way, and I'm okay with that. But it's when we don't try to up-level, to improve, to enhance, to make better that which we are doing, being, or saying. That's problematic for me. So the goal should always be excellence. So I was socializing this idea even with one of my clients. I mean, even my clients get my sermons, you know. They don't know it, but I'm socializing these ideas because I have to get ready for the talk, right? So we were actually talking about project management. But I brought up, well, what about perfectionism versus excellence? I said, yes, we want the product and the project to be the best that it can be, but you know what? I think that sometimes we lose sight of the goal. We are trying to be so perfect that we don't allow any newness in. We don't make any improvements because they're not tried and they're not proven. And so this is the quote that my client came back with. I so loved it. He said that perfection is a human desire, Michelle. He said, in the universe, lowercase u, it is full of imperfections. So by definition, perfection is the state or the quality of being free from all flaws or defects, embodying the highest degree of completion. It represents an ideal that is absolute. It is the absolute standard where everything is exactly as desired or intended. There is no room for improvement. That's a lot of pressure. To try to be perfect. And the other thing that I learned about perfectionism, you all, is that it is fear-based. Most perfectionists have a fear of failure. They have a fear of risk-taking. They have a fear of maybe being ridiculed or criticized because the idea was just half-baked. It puts a lot of self-imposed pressure on us when we try to achieve perfection. But you know, I quote everybody. If they have something good to say, I'm gonna say it. Lee Iacocca, you all remember him? He headed up Chrysler Corporation. And he said to his people, he said, if we always strive for excellence, we might catch perfection along the way. I love it, I love it. And then here is another quote that I so love. To err is human, to what? Forgive is divine. So this phrase is attributed to the English poet Alexander Pope, who suggests that making mistakes or being less than perfect is a natural part of being human, while forgiving our mistakes is a godly or noble act. So when striving for perfection, there's a tendency to make and set unrealistic goals and objectives. You set yourself up for failure. Some of the other traits of perfectionism are self-criticism, obsessing over getting every I dotted and every T crossed, reassurance seeking, you're looking for people to validate you, and also setting impossible goals and objectives for yourself. So if perfection is the goal or the destination, you will surely achieve imperfect results. However, embracing imperfection while striving for excellence will cultivate a growth mindset that sees challenges and obstacles and failures as setbacks, as opportunities to learn, to grow, and to transform. So I remember being at a conference once, back in my Amway days, and Les Brown was the speaker, great motivational speaker. And so he said, a setback is a setup for a comeback. Y'all remember that? A setback is a setup for a comeback. And before I came here this morning, I was listening to Travis Green. He's a great vocalist, you all. We sang one of his songs, Be Still and Know That I Am God. Well, he is also a wonderful, wonderful speaker. And so he was talking about this same idea. He said when we experience setbacks, it's actually God setting us up for the next yet to be. We experience a setback, but see, God has a divine plan for us. We just don't know what it is. So when we experience that setback, get ready, because God has a plan for you to step into. And when we release the need to be perfect, choosing to embrace the process of continual improvement and up-levelment, we embrace the fullness of our human experience. And we unlock the vast potential that is within us. From a science of mind perspective, embracing perfection and change is rooted in the understanding that life is constant evolution. We recognize perfection as not attainable, and instead we embrace the beauty of imperfection, because it means that we have stretched ourselves. We have stepped off the shore of the familiar. We have taken some personal risks. And with high risk, there's high reward, you all. With low risk, usually low reward. So it says we challenge ourselves also to be open to new experiences. So by embracing imperfection and change, we participate in the fullness of what it means to be human. Imperfect practices, I guess I have to say something about that since that's the title, is about accepting that perfection is unachievable, and it involves stepping into uncharted waters, taking risks and being open to the possibility of making mistakes, but also learning from them. This is where we develop the resilience that Les Brown alluded to. This is where we get to expand our knowledge and next month, I think there's a holiday coming up, emancipate ourselves from self-imposed expectations. Imperfect practices remind us that we find our true authenticity, and ultimately, I just gotta be me, you all. How about you? At the end of the day, I just gotta be me. And being me means that I embrace my vulnerabilities as well as being true to my authentic self. It's all a part of my journey. It's all a part of your journey. So let me just say a little bit more about embracing vulnerability, forgiveness, and our humanity. Often we are afraid to show our vulnerabilities, fearing that others will judge us. They're gonna do that anyway. Get over yourselves. Or perceive us as weak. However, it is in our vulnerability that we find our strength. By embracing our imperfections, we allow others to see us for who we truly are. Human! Having an experience that is human, although we know we are also spiritual beings. By embracing our imperfections, we allow others to see us for who we are, fostering an environment of acceptance and understanding. And this is where forgiveness comes in. Embracing forgiveness. As imperfect human beings, we are prone to make mistakes, and we might even harm other people with our actions and with our words, unintentionally. However, what I also know is intent does not equal impact. Intent does not equal impact. That was not my intention, but that's how it landed for you. So there's still a place for me to ask for forgiveness and an opportunity to you to extend forgiveness towards me. It is also crucial that we not only embrace our imperfections, but we also extend this forgiveness to others. It's a powerful act that promotes healing, reconciliation, and personal growth. By offering forgiveness, we create space for others to embrace their imperfections. What about embracing our humanity? We are all imperfect beings, and that is what makes us so wonderfully and beautifully human. Our flaws and our shortcomings are not signs of weakness, but rather opportunities. Opportunities for us to grow. It's through acknowledging our imperfections that we can learn, evolve, and become better versions of the people we were before the situation. So remember, even the greatest figures in history had their flaws, yet they made significant contributions to the world. Embrace your humanity and see how it empowers you, and it gives others permission to do the same. Embracing our imperfections is a lifelong journey, one that requires self-reflection, courage, and faith. Let us celebrate our uniqueness and encourage one another to embrace our imperfections. And in so doing, we create a spiritual community that's inclusive, that's compassionate, and rooted in the very love of God. It is through our imperfections that we shine the brightest and inspire others to do the same. May God's grace guide you and guide me through this beautiful journey of accepting our imperfections. After all, I just gotta be me, and you have just got to be you, and so it is. Amen.
Thank you. Wow. Can we have an applause again? I have got to be me, and you have got to be you. And so it is striving for excellence and working through our imperfections. So at this time, I'm going to invite our musical item to be done by Mr. Karim Chang. Please give him a warm welcome. Thank you.
Good morning. Whether I'm right or whether I'm wrong, whether I find a place in this world or never belong, I gotta be me. I gotta be me. What else can I be but what I am? I wanna live, not merely survive. And I won't give up this dream of life that keeps me alive. I gotta be me. I gotta gotta be me. This dream that I see makes me what I am. That faraway prize, a world of success, is waiting for me if I heed the call. I won't settle down, won't settle for less, as long as there's a chance that I could have it all. I'll go it alone. That's how it must be. I can't be right for somebody else if I'm not right for me. I've gotta be free. I've gotta be free. Daring to try to do it or die. I've gotta be me. I'll go it alone. That's how it must be. I can't be right for somebody else if I'm not right for me. I've gotta be free. I've just gotta be free. Daring to try to do it or die. I've gotta be me.
Oh. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Isn't that awesome? Yes, please, another round of applause. Thank you. Wow. Thank you, Mr. Chang. So at this time, we are going to invite you to stand for the hymn, but we will do our blessing of our love offering at the same time. So I'm going to invite you to stand. We'll do the blessing and then go into our hymn. And so we say, lovingly give, joyful I receive. Be thou fruitful, increase and multiply. Bless, prosper, and enrich everyone whom you touch, and replenish all of my financial affairs. So be it. Thank you, Father, and so it is. And now for our second hymn, Pure Gold, words and music by Steve Golding, who will help us along this process. Over to you, Steve.
If Reverend Michelle can blame Reverend John, me can blame Kareem. But I forgot put up with my voice. Oh, all right, same thing like the other one. All right, run it, Vance. Life is pure gold, flowing like a river. Life is pure gold, deeper than the sea. Life is pure gold, and
just invite you, thank you, to remain standing for the prayer for Jamaica. The radiant light of God's love is now flowing through us and from us to everything and everyone it touches. The eternal light of God's love now completely fills, covers, and surrounds our island, Jamaica. The glowing intensity of the light of God's love now interpenetrates and awakens within the hearts and minds of our countrymen and women the truths of life which set free. The light of God's love is growing and glowing in intensity in the hearts and minds of mankind everywhere. Love, health, harmony, goodwill, peace, uprightness, integrity, joy, prosperity, kindness, and our oneness under God are now established, and so it is. So at this time, before I go into the acknowledgement, I would just like to remind us that we do have an exciting session after today's service. That is our Wisdom Circle today, since we were unable to have it last week, Sunday. So we'll be having that today. No, just to remind us that, as usual, we have our exquisite floral arrangement, and that was done by Connie Nugent and the Floral Angels. So to celebrate Lana Francis's birthday, so please give her a round of applause. And of course, our musicians, we need to applaud. Yes, thank you so much. Our ushers as well, who have been doing a fabulous job. And of course, our hospitality ladies and team, who have prepared something scrumptious for us later. Our tech team there, who has been supporting us having this online and here, the wonderful job that they're doing. And of course, please remember, finally, to like and subscribe our YouTube channel. Very easy to find. If you're not that tech savvy, just Google, put Temple of Light in the Google search engine, and it should come up, and you will find Temple of Light, and just click subscribe. You know, also, if you continue watching us online as well, automatically Google will select you, and YouTube will select you and start sending these YouTube videos and reminders about Temple of Light. So that's also another backstory for a tech hack, you know, if you're not that savvy around getting to these pages. So at this time, we're also going to now hand back over to our Reverend Michelle, who will take us through the closing affirmative prayer.
So I invite you to go within to that place that's never been violated. That place where you meet God. And it's in that place we give thanks for all that has been given us. And we are therefore able to give from our overflow. And in so doing, we continue to support this ministry, being a place where people come to grow, to transform their lives, knowing that the journey's imperfect and we may make some missteps and some mishaps along the way. But we also understand that it is a part of our spiritual process of unfoldment. So I'm blessing everyone here in the sanctuary, everyone who's online, everyone who has the intention of being here and couldn't for some reason. And I'm also blessing everyone who's thinking about Temple of Light today. As you leave here, you are reminded that, yes, I am human, and I embrace the beauty of my humanity. I also extend to myself grace and forgiveness when I trespass against others, and I also forgive them for their trespasses against me. It's all a part of our spiritual unfoldment. To err is human, to forgive is divine. And so as we go forth, we are reminded to be our authentic selves. Everybody else is already taken, so that's all we can do. We have the freedom to be ourselves, and what a blessing that is. I thank God for this and so much more, and together we affirm, and so it is. Amen. Ashe, aho. What are we going to do now? But are we going to sing peace?
Let's sing life.
Oh, how about life? Okay, we're going to sing about life today. All right, let's sing it like we mean it.